contact generally. I know you must have invested in real estate at one point or the other. In fact, some of you are multiple real estate investors, which means you have 1, 2, 3, 4 properties in different locations. Also, some of you must have sold, and right now as I speak with you, some are intending to sell. And maybe some of you are even wondering, all these properties that I'm buying, when is the right time for me to sell them off? On today's episode, I'm going to be discussing with you 5 signs you need to watch out for that determines if your property is matured enough for you to sell them or not. So please, if you're on my channel for the first time, please click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we post new video. And also, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up or leave your comment on the comment section in case you have any challenges regarding real estate. You know, basically what we do, we are out here to give you information regarding real estate investment here in Nigeria, even up to the land title, land documents, so that whenever you are back home and you intend investing in real estate, you can always use all this information at your disposal to decide on which property to invest into. Please don't go away. Make sure you watch this video till the end. We will be right back. So the first point, the number one thing you need to look at is, are the company who sold the property to you, are they still selling? Are they still selling? It's a very strong point you need to consider. Usually when you acquire real estate, it's either you are buying for land banking, which means you buy to keep and resell in the future, or you are buying to build immediately, that is an immediate construction. So if you buy a property in a company and those companies are still selling, it increases your competitors. It increases your competitors, which means it will not allow you to sell that property at a set price. Rather, it will allow you to sell the property below the market value, because if the company are still selling, it is a high competition for you, except you decide to sell below the price the company are selling, and that is not, it doesn't make sense to you at all, because the initial reason why you bought that property is for you to be able to sell at an higher price in the future. So if the company are still selling and you also want to sell, it's either you come below the price at which the company are selling for you to be able to dispose that property, immediately, or you wait for the company to sell off what they have before you can start selling yours. The second sign you should look out for is, investors, are they still the one buying the property? If investors are still the one buying the property, then this is a sign for you to understand that that property is not matured yet, and it is just the right time for you to keep hold of that particular property. Basically, investors, what do? They buy property. They go to a developing area, they buy property, leave it, allow it to mature, then they resell at an higher price. So if investors are still the one buying that property, then it is the best time for you to hold that property. It is not matured yet at all. Investors, basically, they look out for affordable property, cheap ones. So there is no how you can gain a return on that your investment. Rather, you will only sell it off at a very cheap rate, because no investors will buy a property you bought at 5 million naira from you for 7 million naira or 8 million naira, especially when the company that sold the property, that is selling the estate, are still selling. They would rather prefer to go and buy at a cheaper rate, at an affordable rate, than buying from you at an higher rate. So you only sell to people who are willing to stay in such a location, who are willing to build immediately in such a location. People who are willing to do businesses there, hotels, rentals, short lets. Those are the kind of people you should sell your property to, especially when you want to, get a huge ROI on an investment. So you don't sell to an investor who is willing to buy and keep. As an investor, if I am to buy a property, I will go for a property that is very cheap. I will go to a location that is very cheap. I wouldn't want to spend more when I can spend less on a particular property. So in any case, in any situation or in any location where you have a property and you still discover that it is investors that are still buying into such a property, then you understand that the property in question is not ripe yet. Hold on to that property until people who are ready to stay in that location start buying. So the third sign you should look out for, the third sign that shows that your property is not matured for you to sell yet, is when the ROI of such a location is low. When the return on investment of such an area or such an estate is low, it is a sign for you to hold your property. For an example, a plot of land was purchased in Mowe Ibafo. That is about 2 years ago. And a year later, the person sold the property off at 1.2 million naira. That is not a good return on investment, because such a person was not patient enough to hold the property. Can you imagine? About 2 years later, such a property was sold at 3.5 million to 4 million naira. I've had people, call me. They'll say, John, I bought a property about a year ago in Mowe Ofada for 1.2 million naira, for 2 million naira. And a friend of mine also bought a property in Ibejuleki and Ekwe at the same time, the same period I purchased this property at Mowe Ibafo. And as I speak with you now, they are selling double the price of what they bought the property. In fact, they are even selling 3 times the price of what they bought the property. I am selling off my property at Mowe Ibafo. What do you advise? The truth is, the maturity period of property differs from location to location. For the fact that Ibejuleki and Ekpe, their ROI is fast, and people are selling off at a higher return on investment, does not mean that Mowe Ofada is a bad location. The truth is just that the maturity period of Mowe Ofada has not, arrived, and you just need to hold that property for a little more time before you can sell off. So that is just the difference. The benchmark for each location differs from location to location. For the fact that you purchased the property at Ibejuleki and Ekpe, and the return of the investment is flying, the price of such a property is skyrocketing every day, every month, does not mean Mowe Ofada is a bad location. The problem is just that the maturity period of Mowe Ofada has not arrived yet. So in this kind of situation, the best thing is for you to hold the property you purchased at Mowe Ofada for more time, so that the maturity period can arrive. So the number 4 sign is, don't sell when others are selling. Don't sell when others are selling. You might be tempted in this situation, but if you can't be patient, you will discover that you will reap a higher return on investment. At this stage, when everybody is selling, you just have to hold back your property. For the fact that a property has doubled in price does not mean that is the peak of such a property. Remember, some people purchased Lekki Phase 1 at 750. Some people purchased Lekki Phase 1 at 1 million. Some people purchased Lekki Phase 1 at 5 million naira. Some people sold off a year after they purchased, while some people sold their property at 7 million naira, while some decided to hold back their property till now. If you go to Lekki Phase 1 as I speak with you right now, you will understand that the prices of property in Lekki Phase 1 is very, very, very expensive. Imagine some people who bought at 750, who bought at 1 million naira, who bought at 5 million naira can sell their property right now as I speak with you at 150 million naira. What a huge return on investment. What you just need to understand at this stage where people are selling off is that it is lessening your competitor. It's reducing the number of people that will compete with you in the future to sell. So the last point, which is the fifth point, is never sell during emergency. Never sell during emergency. Real estate is not a get-rich-quick investment, in as much as you will make so much money in real estate, but it is always advisable to be patient with your real estate investment if you want to reap a huge ROI on it. That is why I used to say, whenever you are making investment, always have a solid investment. Two types of investment: a solid investment and a liquid investment. What do I mean by solid investment? Real estate falls under solid investment, something you can hold for long, something you are using for an investment, a long-term investment. The enjoyment of a real estate investment, it's in when you are able to purchase a real estate and hold it for a long-time purpose. That is when you can enjoy it. During this period, you can set your own price at, you can set a particular price at which you want to sell it. And the truth is, that property you have can never be duplicated. It is yours, and it is your property. It can never be duplicated. Real estate is becoming scarce. It's becoming scarce, and they are not produced anywhere. So the best time you can reap the benefit of real estate is when you make it a solid investment, where you buy and keep it for a long time purpose. You keep it for a long time, allow the place to appreciate. Not when the price is doubled. Even when the price is doubled, you can still sell it for an higher price. Don't be in a hurry to sell. Don't purchase real estate because you want to sell it off during emergency. When you have an emergency and all you think about is to go and sell off your real estate, it means you are going to sell it at a very cheap rate. And at the end of the day, you might end up regretting when others start selling such a particular location. And a liquid asset is good when you are in a situation of emergency. You can easily break such fixed assets, a fixed deposit, like a fixed deposit for an example. You can easily break it and use it to sort out emergency cases like school fees, children's school fees, hospital bill, rental, and so on. So when you are in emergency, don't think selling off your real estate investment is a solution to such, in such cases. When in an emergency, you have to hold back your property and go back to your liquid asset. Then you can break it and sort out your emergency. So this is where I'm going to be ending my video for today. This episode, if you find it interesting, you can give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. regarding any real estate issue you might have. And if you are looking at investing into real estate and you think we can help you in one way or the other, also leave us a comment. If you are yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, please make sure you click on the subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can be the first person to get notified whenever we post new video. From me here, keep watching Bino Real Estate Consult until I come your way again. Bye for now.